If you're looking for some facts about Sandals Montego Bay, you are precisely in the right place. Hello there, I'm Addison from Reliant Destinations and MyCaribbeanLuxury.com. Thanks for coming by my channel. This spectacular resort with a tagline, the beachfront resort where the party never stops, truly is a Caribbean paradise for many. As we get started, I invite you to take a peek in the description below for a full wealth of information. From a best deal guarantee, how to hold a room for free, and links to the current specials, it's all there for you. Now today, I'm proud to present this video of top 10 things you want to know about Sandals Montego Bay. Let's go. Number 1, let's talk about the arrivals process. When you arrive at the Sangster International Airport in Montego Bay, your experience has already begun. See, upon arrival, you head directly towards the Sandals Lounge, a comfy area with food and drink where you can wait in a luxury ambiance while you wait for your transfer. All your luggage is handled for you and transfers are included. Now, if you're staying in a Club Elite room, or if you're a Butler guest, it's even better as you get a private BMW transfer from the airport to resorts. Upon arrival to Sandals Montego Bay, luxury tier guests check in at the front desk. If you're a Club Sandals guest, you check in at the Club Sandals Lounge and have a private room orientation by the concierge. And if you are a Butler guest, your butler handles it all for you. As such, Butler guests, they check in directly in their suite with their butler. Number 2, let's talk about the rooms and suites. Fun fact, Sandals Montego Bay is actually the original, the number 1 Sandals, but you wouldn't recognize it as it has been completely redesigned. Sandals Montego Bay, when it comes to the rooms and suites, has it all. Garden view, pool view, ocean view, horizon view, swim up suites, you name it, it's there. Perhaps my favorite feature with the luxury suites are that many of them include the balcony tranquility soaking tubs. While I enjoy staying in a wide variety of different rooms and suites across the Sandals brand, usually my number 1 criteria I look for is a tranquility soaking tub. Unlike some Sandals resorts, actually the majority of rooms and suites at Sandals Montego Bay do have this unique feature. Number 3, Royal Caribbean stay and play. But Addison, Royal Caribbean, we're talking about Sandals Montego Bay, right? See, Sandals Royal Caribbean is just a couple of miles down the road and is part of the stay and play complex there in Montego Bay. This means that regardless of which resort you're staying in, it means you have access to more luxury, more amenities, more dining, more of everything. For context, Sandals Royal Caribbean is a bit of a quieter resort and is going to be more traditional Jamaican luxury. Overall, Sandals Montego Bay is going to have the higher luxury for the average room and is going to have an active vibe. Now, there is a shuttle transfer that goes back and forth between these resorts, so you can have both. Make sure to also have a peek at the state-of-the-art over-the-water bungalows and villas at Sandals Royal Caribbean. These are attached to the private island. Yes, I said private island at that resort. Speaking of the private island, there is a couples-only, clothing-optional beach on that private island at Sandals Royal Caribbean. So if you're staying at Sandals Montego Bay, that's also something you have access to should you so wish. Number 4, Sandals Global Gourmet Dining, my favorite part of any Sandals resort. Yes, we're talking about food, delicious, included fine dining. See, this is where the stay and play between the 2 resorts really becomes awesome. Between the 2 resorts, you have a total of 21 fine dining restaurants. That is 12 at Sandals Montego Bay and 9 at Sandals Royal Caribbean. There are also a couple of dining options here that are definitely worth a shout out. First, you have Butch's Chop House, which is named after the recently passed founder and CEO of Sandals Resorts. This is a state-of-the-art, or should I say steak-of-the-art, amazing restaurant that has some of the finest cuts of meat and seafood you could ever imagine. This is only found in Jamaica at Sandals Montego Bay. You can also find this in Barbados and Sandals Grenada, but besides these 3 resort complexes, you will not find it elsewhere at this moment. You also have Tokyo Joe's Open Flame Cooking, where you can have your bowl customized. In fact, You create your bowl of your own selections and they cook it right there in front of you. Back to that private island at Sandals Royal Caribbean, you also have the Royal Thai, a magnificent, majestic restaurant serving some delightful Thai food. Sandals Global Gourmet Dining has won many awards, so this is definitely worth all the mentions. Now, before we jump into number 5, I just want to quickly make you aware that if you haven't, and if you're not going to look in the description below, you are going to be missing out. In that description, there is a link to a stunning, interactive digital brochure about Sandals Montego Bay, one that you are very unlikely to find yourself online. There's also some information about how I can hold any room at Sandals Montego Bay for you for free, and how I can offer you a best deal guarantee. Also, a quick note, if you're watching this video and you've already booked and you've done so in the last 14 days, definitely get in touch because I can guarantee I can add some value to your booking with nothing more than just an email required from you. Alright, let's get the show on the road. It's time for number 5, Jamaican excursions. Yes, Jamaica is famous for their excursions, and the most popular company for this is Island Roots Adventures. These adventures are extra should you wish to do them, but they are well worth the money. I highly recommend to actually book these online before you go, once you've already booked the resort, but before you arrive. Different adventures you might find here in Jamaica include things like visiting the Dunn's River Falls, taking a little excursion to the Luminous Lagoon, going bamboo river rafting, or maybe jungle ziplining, deep sea fishing, and there is so much there. I'll also pop a link for this in the description so you can have a peek. Number 6, think best value instead of cheaper or cheapest. I feel that for many people, it's often easy to get these two terms confused. While we all operate on a budget of some sort when planning our next luxury vacation, it's important to think about what you want to get for your money. At Sandals Resorts, you have 3 different tiers: the luxury tier, the club sandals tier, and then the butler elite. In my personal experiences, I have found that the top 2 tiers tend to be better value for money, even though they aren't the cheapest. I think it's important to consider what is included with each level and then see what is right for you. For example, Club Sandals guests, they get a dedicated Club Sandals lounge, they get a private resort orientation and actual room orientation directly. The suites are nicer and larger and have more amenities and more alcohol in them, and so on and so forth. Butler Elite benefits include things like 24-hour room service where you can actually order from any of the restaurants in resort. You of course have a dedicated butler throughout your stay who can do things like set up a private romantic dinner there on your balcony or patio. These of course are the nicest, most modern and innovative suites. You have a food and drink service throughout the resort no matter where you are. Butler can reserve your favorite spot at the beach or pool. This list goes on and on, but you have the idea. So my recommendation here would always be to have a look at what the different levels include and then see which is best for you and your budget. Number 7, tipping is forbidden. Yes, gratuities are already included with your package at Sandals Montego Bay. There are only 2 exceptions to this that you'll want to know. First, if you have a butler, you can tip your butler, and I do recommend you do so. Secondly, just like anywhere else, if you have booked a private spa treatment at the Red Lane Spa, you can, and again, I would recommend that you tip your spa therapist. Those are the only 2 exceptions in resort. Of course, if you take an excursion, you can tip your tour guide, and you can tip your transfer driver if you wish as well. With that being said, there are no other circumstances which you should ever tip at a Sandals resort. Now, number 8, let's talk about seasonal impacts in Jamaica. If you're after warm weather, you're in luck because it is warm year around regardless of the month. It is extremely rare to ever see temperatures that drop below 71 degrees Fahrenheit or above 91. Now do remember that September and October are the wettest months and are generally considered to be peak hurricane season. Of course, guests are rarely affected, and in the rare event that there is a hurricane incident, Sandals has always done a great job in taking care and compensating the guests. Now, this can be a good time to grab some of those best deals, and if you are a little shy on the rain, don't be, because when it rains in the Caribbean, it tends to rain just for a very short period of time, often in the afternoon or overnight, and when it does rain, the islanders like to call this liquid sunshine because it's nice warm rain that keeps everything green. June, and it's not that cold, nasty rain that some of us are used to. So it's always just worth to think about your weather expectations in terms of your vacation. I'll also mention that in Jamaica, lobster season is from July until March. This does sadly mean there are no lobsters that are allowed to be sold on the island between April, May, and June. This is to keep the lobster population alive and healthy, so there are lobsters forever in the area. For me, I am a lobster lover, but this isn't a deal breaker for me because I have found that they have many other really unique types of seafood varieties they bring in during this period, many which have a similar taste for me. Number 9, pools and beaches. Now, if you've traveled the Caribbean before, you'll know that it depends on which island you're on as to how the beaches operate. Luckily, beaches in Jamaica are allowed to be privatized, and these of course lead to some of the best beaches. At Sandals Montego Bay, you'll find a beautiful white sand long beach that runs across the stretch of the resort. When it comes to pools, there are 7 stunning pools at Sandals Montego Bay, and also 7 pools also at Sandals Royal Caribbean. There's also a wide assortment of whirlpools and spa pools that you'll find in the resort. Number 10, do be aware of the dress codes. Now, don't worry, there's something for everyone when it comes to the attire in resort. The dress code really just comes into effect with your nicest restaurants in the evening. For example, at Butch's Chop House, they're not going to expect you to wear a coat, although I personally do like to wear a sports coat when I dine there in the air-conditioned restaurant. However, they are going to ask for just a couple of dress code stipulations to make sure it keeps the ambience. It's very simple. Basically, for men, we're talking about long pants, jeans with no holes in them, preferably dark jeans, short sleeve or long sleeve dress shirts, nice shoes, or even respectable sandals, and most importantly, no shorts, no t-shirts, no swimsuits, and also no hats. So really, this number 10 point is just a great opportunity to remind you that you might pack a versatile assortment of clothes for your stay at Sandals Montego Bay. So there you have it, folks, the top 10 things you should know about Sandals Montego Bay. Please remember to like this video and subscribe for more awesome content about Sandals and Beaches Resorts. Also, don't forget, you are welcome to contact me with any questions about this if you would like me to hold a room for free for you, or just if you want to bounce any ideas. There is a plethora of information and my contact details in the description below. It's been wonderful having you here today. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you on my channel again very soon. See you next time.